add some more seasoning. So once you think you have a good mix, just go put it in the fridge so it cools down so it's nice and thick. And the next step is to drain the salsa so it's not so watery and pretty much ruins your dip. So you need a strainer. The smaller the holes, the better, so the actual chunks don't fall out. And you need pretty much a whole jar of Old El Paso salsa. Medium, I use medium because that's what most people like. You're going to go over to the sink. Open it up. Pour the whole thing in. It's going to be really gross, but you start shaking it, and all the juices that you don't want will fall out into the sink. Just keep shaking it. So once we've got all that stuff out, you can kind of make up your own mind, but I don't really like it watery. Just want to grab a plate so it doesn't fall all over. Set it down. And then you want to get your mixture out of the fridge and start preparing the serving dish. So any kind of dish that's you have to be deep, you can use. And I always line it with tin foil, so when you clean it up, all you have to do is take the tin foil out, and you don't have to really clean the dish that much. Once you think you have it pretty well lined up, take your mixture and pour it into the bottom of the pan. Get it all into the bowl. Take your spatula spoon and try to move it out as evenly as possible. So there's a pretty even bottom. And then the next layer that you're going to do, I'm just going to go grab the salsa. salsa is the next layer of the dip. You just take it from your strainer and try to distribute it all evenly. You just use a spoon or the spatula to kind of move it around. So that's your next layer. And the next layer is the lettuce. So you're going to use iceberg lettuce and cut it up into small pieces as possible, which I already did. Or if you really want, you can just rip it into really small pieces, because no one wants a big chunk of lettuce when you're dipping your chips. So you just want to sprinkle that all on. Make sure it gets into the corners and the sides. And here's your next layer. It's the third one. And the final layer is cheese. So I just use marble cheese because it's pretty much the best. Grate it up with a cheese grater, like I've already done. And depending on how much cheese you like, grate as much as you think it's going to need to cover it. Just sprinkle that on. So there's the fourth layer, the top of your chip dip. So that was the cream cheese and sour cream mixture was the first layer. The salsa was the second, lettuce was the third, cheese is the fourth. And that's my recipe. And you can use any kind of corn chips you want to dip. I use Tostitos. And all you have to do is put it in the fridge, make sure to cover it, and wait till your friends come over to eat it. And that's the recipe.